And we're live on Fun Frolicking Friday.
Yay! Hello, world. Welcome to Fun Frolicking Friday. I am I'm Candace. And that was Karezza. We are here for you every Friday, 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We stream on multiple platforms, and this is an interactive show. So please do chime in, let us know. Because it's streamed on many platforms, we may not see your comments right
Yeah.
away, but we will see them later and get back to you. If you want to make sure we see your comments and really want to interact, get onto Facebook or get the StreamYard link. Get in touch with one of us to get that for future shows. So, hi, everybody. I today am a unirabbit. Why am I a unirabbit? Because today we're going to talk about dating and relating and getting really raw and vulnerable and sharing
Mhm.
our experiences. And I guess for me, like, there's that term unicorn, like, in the relationship world, and it's known as many different things. But when I think of it, I think of magic, I think of uniqueness, and then you add the rabbit to it. It's one of my spirit animals, but also I just feel very different. We're all so different and our needs are so different. And I think all that should be celebrated. And unfortunately, there's a lot of societal norms. Um, bleh. so, anyways, um, ah, so I'm Candace. I am in New Hampshire right now, and I am gunning to move to San Diego though soon, hopefully. Yay!
Yay.
um, yeah, yeah. So I offered my services virtually or in person, and I've been helping others, coaching others, doing body work and healing work and events and all sorts of fun stuff around dating, relating, sexuality, tantra, kink, and all the stuff for the last 8 years. And I have a really good plethora of experiences personally and professionally that I love sharing and talking about. And that's what we're here to do today. And so please do let us know what's going on in the world of dating and relating for you as we
Yeah.
talk. Just chime in. So, Caressa, what brings you here today? And who are
Hi,
you?
everyone. I'm Karezza from the Intimate Playground. I'm an eco conscious play, sex, and intimacy coach, and I help bring singles and couples an orgasmic way of living to the lives of all who are open to expansion and evolution in their lives. I'm currently in the brink of um, coming out with a new workshop, or yeah, exploring the senses, private for singles and couples, and eventually we'll be creating some videos that you can pay for down the line. Yeah, and I'm here today to bring my experiences of dating in this crazy world at the moment. And yeah, what's right, what's wrong? Does dating virtually really work? I don't know. Do we really want to just flip through the apps just to see a photo? I don't. But what are the alternatives maybe out there as well? What about like maybe virtual speed dating and actually being face to face through Zoom or other modalities? Or what about, having audio calls or audio messaging platforms where you can chat with others rather than texting or emailing? So maybe some of you out there know. I don't know much.
Yeah, tell us, guys, like what's working for you in the world if you're single and dating, or if you're in a
Yeah.
relationship and looking to add some more to your relationship. How are you doing that? Or how are we pursuing intimacy and connections in our world? And what are your thoughts on the whole internet dating thing? Um,
Yeah.
I'm a li- I'm a little scared to speak because I'm feeling really fired up about this topic. And so I just want to like put a disclaimer out there that a lot of what I say um, today, especially, maybe just my personal experience, not right or wrong, good or bad. Like what I feel and what works for me may not work for you. And I totally get that. Yeah,
Yeah. Hmm.
yeah. But I feel like there are some commonalities and the challenges with the dating world today. And mm, the lack of communication and emotional literacy, emotional availability,
Mm.
intimacy, into me see. I am
Mm.
not going to want to meet you if you do not let me see into you. So if you want to hide behind a hi or a 3-word text and not get on the phone, we're never going to meet. I know you feel the same
Yeah.
way. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I don't even look at it as dating. I look at it as conscious meeting. You know, are you available? Can you really take the time to get to know me consciously? Because I don't want to go out and meet tons of guys. It's never been my thing to go out and do the dating scene. I'm more of a monogamous, vanilla type person when it comes to dating, anyway, or meeting, or finding a match. I'm quite, I don't want to have tons of guys, but it makes it harder because there's certain things that you're not going to settle with. And sometimes it's hard because maybe you do want to be intimate, maybe you do want to have someone, and you're willing to just settle because I need something right now in this moment, but maybe it's not good. But I'm willing to settle because I don't know, at least, right this minute, or maybe for a short time, because these are my needs and I feel lonely or I feel sad. But there's deeper issues there anyway, because it's not really about needing someone, it's about how you dive into yourself and learn about self-love. But it's challenging, especially now with the virus, and not knowing if you can touch, if you can kiss, what the rules are, all of this. And the dating world, it's just a whole new kettle of fish.
Mm, mm. Yeah, yeah. And, although I'm very not vanilla and very not monogamous, I
Yeah.
have similar desires and needs
Yeah.
when it comes to conscious intimacy. So, like right now, example, my heart is very stuck on one person, but I am still non-monogamous, and this person is not available to me right now. But I still want intimacy and connection, both emotionally, physically, and sexually. Um, and so like I'm still exploring the dating scene, that I definitely find, oh, there's this the middle ground that I'm in, and not a lot of people are there. It's either They want to like gun in on monogamy and like we're going all in, or they're completely out and just want physical sexual stuff. And like for me, I still want, like, even though I may not want to commit to you or be monogamous with you, and I don't have the same level of emotional availability, um, there's still ways we can be intimate, conscious, and authentic um, in our relating, um, while still loving ourselves and honoring our own boundaries and our own needs. Um, yeah, but it is hard. Like I feel like what you were saying about that whole settling piece. So
Yeah.
I feel I question if I'm doing that. And I just want to be very clear. When I say that, it doesn't mean that the people that I'm referring to when I say I'm settling for as a person are less than me and I'm better than them. What I'm saying is their capacity to meet my needs, or they're not really in alignment. They're not really offering what I want. They're not really available for what I want, but I'm just going to be okay with it because it's something.
Yeah.
Um, yeah.
Mm.
And who knows? Like, I just feel like, is that wrong? Is that, you know what I mean? Like it's that weird place. Like, why not allow ourselves? So like with this person that's far away that I'm having issues with, like I'd much rather be grateful and happy for what I
Yeah.
do have with them than just be uh, mad and resentful that I don't have what I want, which is
Yes, definitely. I don't know. I think sometimes, in terms of settling, I think you can settle temporarily, but if you're looking for someone to have a family with, someone to grow old with, someone to have, a deep, expansive, committed relationship, conscious love, conscious sex, conscious intimacy, not standing stagnant, it's important not to settle. I think we can learn from the short times and the short connections that we do have. Maybe they don't match us 100%, and you can learn more about yourself and maybe then it kind of, this is what I'm really looking for, rather than, and then saying goodbye and then go on and then you meet, the one that you're supposed to be with for a longer time. Because I can understand people feel lonely and people do want to meet and have a friend or a cuddle buddy or, someone that they can just hold. And that's okay. But it may not mean that you're going to stay forever and it's going to be this deep, committed, expansive experience. And maybe that's okay for some people as well. But in my life personally, I'm going to be 37 in August. I'm going through divorce, so it's very different for me. And the fact that, if you do want certain things like family or, something different than, because I was married and I thought that I would stay together with them and have a family, that they have to match me. They have to be on that level. I'm not going to go below it's not even a need. It's what I want in terms of sex, intimacy, communication, evolution. I am not going to stand stagnant with someone. And I'm not going to lower my, who I am to match someone, which I have done in the past, that, I was maybe a little bit more, above them, and we weren't on that same level, and I had to carry them up a bit. But it's exhausting. It really is exhausting. And I can't do it anymore. So it's important to kind of be somewhat on the same page and have, you know, at least those values, maybe not in terms of hobbies, but in terms of values, what you value, you know, how much sex and intimacy do you need, like the love languages, you know, what's your love language? Can you meet each other? Can you compromise? And, you know, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And, you know, Karezza is like, if you heard her, just everybody there just tuning in, like, that's the sound of a woman who knows what she wants. You know, like I hear that. It's so strong and so powerful.
Yeah.
And it's okay. Both any gender out there. It's okay if you're not that solid right now. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's okay. Get out there and explore. But really, I think the thing that's coming to my mind right now is don't dim your light.
Yeah. Yeah.
I've dimmed my light to not scare people away, or don't be too
Yeah.
much, or
Mhm.
don't be too emotional or too sexual or whatever it is,
Yeah.
you know. Ugh, yeah, it is no fun. It is no fun doing that. And it's dishonest. It's dishonest both to yourself and to those you're relating to. Um, yeah, yeah. I'm curious, is there anybody out there chiming in on what's going
Beautiful.
on in your
Yes.
world?
We have Todd here from Louisiana. Um, and he was saying he's still learning how to date and relate daily. And he says he has been working on himself, and he can't have sex with just anyone and connect with anyone. And talks connection is everything. And we said we got away from Ken Savage.
Hey, Ken, and I think Taj, I think it was. Um, I appreciate your share and your vulnerability, and um, uh, I feel like sometimes those of us who have these needs or know, um,
Yeah.
or like especially around sex, um, we can be seen or we can feel as if we're too needy. Once you start developing an awareness of your needs, um, I love what Paul Sterling says about relationships. And he always asks, like, what is the point of getting into a relationship? And his answer to that is to get your needs met. Would you be in a relationship if it wasn't meeting your needs? No. And we're not just talking about intimate sexual. You know, you wouldn't go to your doctor if your doctor wasn't really taking care of you. Well, at least I hope you wouldn't. And, you know, it brings up a reality in our world where so many of us settle. You, especially, you know,
Yeah.
we listen to what people tell us, or the doctor knows, or whatever. Like, no, what does your body tell you? What do you, yeah. Um, we end up submitting and surrendering and forfeiting. Um, yeah, it's so important to advocate for your needs. And I know in the electronic or virtual dating scene, you know, some of the sites provide, you know, places like little things you put in where you can really tell people, you know, a lot about yourself, and some of them don't. And I feel like, especially if it doesn't, you know, really take that time, ask those big, important questions. Don't, you know, why wait? Don't talk about the clouds and the weather. And you guys really don't care about the clouds and the weather, okay? You're trying to get to know each other. You're trying to see if you want to meet. The clouds and the weather have nothing to do with it. So let's get real, people.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
time's a ticking as well, you know?
Hmm.
Um, yeah, I mean, with me personally, I put it all out there on the table. I'm very open, I'm very honest, I'm raw, I say it like it is, I'm direct. If you can't meet me in those, you know, those things like a conscious, you know, conscious living, conscious ideals, um, not necessarily spiritual, but 100% conscious, then I can't do it, you know. I can't do it. But, you know, you also have to be wary with people out there as well. They can kind of say things that may kind of tease you. You know, they may know the words and what to say, but actually, in the end, don't know, have a clue, and are just kind of trying to get, you know, something from you rather than relate with you. Especially in the Tantra world, it sometimes can be dangerous, and it's sad to say, but some people like use that as manipulation. I'd say, to get what they want out of somebody rather than to actually have a tantric connection.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Yeah, I was thinking about this earlier from the regular dating scene, but in the Tantra scene, it happens like, so in the regular dating scene, it shows up as someone telling someone, oh, you just don't know that you really want me or how good it's gonna be. And then in the Tantra scene, it's, I'm gonna help you heal. I'm a
yeah,
healer. You need
yeah,
healing.
yeah.
Um, and not to say that those things aren't true and those
Mhm.
people aren't capable of those things, but it's good to really feel yourself. And that's one of the things we're going to do today. We usually introduce a practice at halfway through the show, and we haven't done that
Yeah.
in a bit. And we're going to do that today,
Mhm.
to try to give you a little tool so that you can get a better feel for yourself in relationship to other people. Like, our body is constantly giving us messages, constantly. And we're just not paying attention. And that's what consciousness is, that Karezza's talking about. It's that really being aware and slowing down,
Yeah.
um, acknowledging all the many things happening. Is it
Yeah.
happening?
It's it's 1:25.
Okay, perfect. Are there any other questions or anything out there before I get into the practice?
Ken talks about the middle path, building balance. He was divorced 4 years ago and says that time and distance will help bring balance. The world needs a better place with folks like you in it.
Mhm. Thank you, Ken. Yeah, yeah, that middle path. Um, ugh, yeah, it's just uh, like my big dream of dreams, my authentic truth
Mm.
is, uh, I want commitment, I want family, I want tribe, but non-monogamously. You
Yep.
know, that is the middle path for me. You know, I still want that level of reliability, intimacy, regularity, availability, um, but with openness, And yeah, I could go on and on that one. Um, mm.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's do a little practice together. Excuse me, just clear my throat. So those of you with us, I just want you to take a moment to go inside, close your eyes. And if there's someone that you're pursuing right now, or is pursuing you, or you're considering, I just want you to bring that person into your mind's eye, into your heart, into your field. And if there's not someone presently, I want you to think of the last person that you opened yourself up to. Imagine that person standing in front of you. And just notice what's happening inside your body. And now imagine that person is taking a few steps closer to you. What happens in your body now? Thinking of them, feeling them so close, maybe just 3 feet away. And now they open their arms as if to welcome you in. Notice, do you want to lean in? Or do you want to stay right where you are? Notice if your body starts moving like a pendulum. Is it leaning forward? Is it leaning backward? Now, if it feels safe and comfortable, or you're curious, imagine them connecting to their sexual energy. Imagine them standing in front of you, aroused. And that arousal is inspired by you. They want you. How does that feel inside you? Are you excited? Are you scared and you want to run away? Do you have no response at all? Do you get aroused? Do you get angry? Just noticing. And if you can, try to step away from the entire image. Like you're looking down at you and this person, and look at your own face and body language. Just noticing kind of emotions are you displaying. Are you even there anymore? Or did you disappear? I'll take another breath and come back to the room, your own body, and feel your body here right now. Notice your heartbeat. Notice your temperature. Notice your posture. Notice where your lips are on your face. Are they leaning up? Are they leaning down? Smile or frown? And just wrap your arms around yourself and thank yourself for going here and taking this step into looking at yourself and feeling yourself. Just getting to know and be vulnerable. Put your arms down and open your eyes. Look around the room, look at the camera, the TV, the computer, whatever. And I'd love to hear from those of you out there, whether you're watching this live now or you're watching the replay. What happened? How are you feeling? Were you able to notice anything? And Karezza, how about you, loves?
Yeah, I feel really, at the moment, I really feel grounded and a piece of myself, but I feel like a sense of ravishment and being taken because I've been doing so much work that in a dominant set, dominant energy field, that it's like I want to surrender to whatever is there.
Mm.
Yeah. So,
Did you have a specific person you were able to see?
oh yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good, good. Um,
And what about you?
yeah. So I worked with a few people because I'm not monogamous. And so I was like, hey, let's just feel them all for a moment, you know? And, as I mentioned, like, there's one person right now that, like, every step of that process, I was like, yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Sorry, knocking things over. And then some other people, it was more like, yeah, but only this much. Yeah, but you know what I mean? Like I had boundaries. Like, yes, I want to feel you, but not this much, or only over here. Or
Yeah.
like I didn't emotional, intellectual, sexual. I I touched that wrong, but you know what I mean? I was able to feel into my body and like, okay, with this person, there's a strong intellectual connection and some physical. And then with this person, it's, really sexual. And with this
Mm.
person, it's, no right, no wrong, just
Yeah.
getting to know myself. And now I can communicate this with those that I'm relating to so they know how available I am and what I'm up for and not. Um, this is I feel like it's a really great tool to like just get to know yourself and get to know
Yeah.
how you feel with other people
Mhm.
when you're not in their presence. Obviously, you'll feel all this when you're with them, but I think it's when it comes to the dating scene, maybe try this before meeting someone, you know? Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Mm. Anybody else out there? able to give it a whirl and have an experience they share?
Not at the moment.
Okay. All right. Cool. Cool. Oh, I love um, conscious intentional practices. And, I think that in essence, what you and I are referring to that we desire in relationship um, is someone who wants to go to these places, who wants to slow things
Sure.
down and would enjoy just feeling each other be aroused without doing anything about it.
Yeah.
Like that's exciting. This is exciting and fun to me. I'm
Yeah.
excited right now.
Yeah, because when we did the meditation we just did about being, you were talking about being aroused, that you're standing in front of a person that was aroused by you, correct? You had said. And I mean, there's the idea that, when a man or a woman is aroused, like what direction do you want to go in as well? Do you want to just have an orgasm? Do you just want to touch yourself to bring pleasure, or do you want to connect? Do you want to bring it through your entire being, into your essence, into your soul, out into the world, and actually become orgasm itself, essentially? So there's many levels into what choices we have there. And it doesn't mean every day is the same either. Sometimes you do want to just, have fun and enjoy and just, have a quickie, and that's okay. And sometimes you do want to go longer, and you do want to bring it, the energy and the vibe, throughout your being, throughout your body, and maybe even begin seeing orgasmic living, bringing it into everyday life, into the mundane, into the simplicities of tea, of drinking a tea, or eating chocolate, or I don't know, this just simple things, and how to turn that from the mundane into an orgasmic experience with the senses, and really living it and tasting it and breathing it, not just rushing and, not even paying attention to your body and what's going on at the moment.
Mm, mm, yeah. Oh, yeah. It's just I'm still like feeling that experience, and there are some people where I did when they got aroused. Some people I got excited, and there was some people I was like, no, keep that to yourself, please. Like, thank you, but no, thank you. You know what I mean? And it doesn't mean there's anything wrong with them. And I can respect someone else's arousal or sexual energy. And yeah, also actually think like finding those sweet, safe containers like right now. So like around dominance and submission.
Oh yeah.
That's an area for me. I can find safe play, even when I'm not feeling super emotionally available. But I still need that person to have some level of consciousness, and there has to be an emotional connection.
Sure.
But in essence, like we're just playing. Like I have someone right now, I'm exploring them being my submissive, but we're also exploring friendship and being lovers. And they also know that I'm dipping out, like I'm moving to San Diego, and
Yeah.
but that doesn't mean we can't have something, right now,
Sure.
you
Yeah.
know,
Mm-hmm.
and that may still continue. I've had some amazing lovers and relationships across the distance and time, and um yeah. Oh, it's
Beautiful. Yeah. I mean, every connection is a chance to learn as well and grow from, you don't create a family and have, like live together for years and grow old together. It doesn't mean that connection means anything less.
Mm, yeah. I'm still going to treat them with the
Yeah.
same level of
Yeah.
love and respect and consideration. I'm
Hmm.
not going to be mean, you know. Um, yeah, yeah. And when you talk about orgasmic living,
Oh, yeah.
so my goal in life and my intention is to be like that, in with or without a partner, it
Yeah.
having it
Hmm.
having nothing to do with anyone else,
Hmm.
which is a great ideal. And sometimes I'm on it. I'm great. You know, like recently, I was walking. I found this path in the woods, and as soon as I step into the woods, it's like I can taste the
Yeah.
difference in the air. It
Sure.
sounds different. It feels different on my skin. It feels different coming in my nose. And I could just have like a whole moment, and I did this with a couple of people, and I could see some of them were like, whoa, bitch, what you on? And then like, others were like, wow, yeah, that's so cool. Um, we're all so different. But the other thing, I want to honor and acknowledge. So this one person that I feel like my heart is really with right now. When I think of them, or when I'm with them, or I feel them, I feel so much more in touch with orgasmic living. Like it's a soul bond. Like I feel like when I feel
Hmm.
those soul connections and those soul bonds, it definitely like ignites like life and feeling like
Yeah.
life is this magical orgasmic experience that we get to have. So yeah.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
But I think it's also important to know, when we are dating or and relating to another, is not to lose yourself. So meaning that, just because you don't have the same hobbies or play the same sports doesn't mean that you can't be together, or it doesn't mean that I have to now do all these things that my partner likes to do. You can still have your own life. You can still have your own likes and dislikes. And maybe things will change over time because you are with someone that has different things going on. But there may be things that they don't like that you like. And it doesn't mean you stop doing that or you stop living that and breathing that what you enjoy just because they may not like it. Because I think a lot of people do lose themselves in connection because it's like, if they're gonna do this, oh, I have to go with them, I have to be with them, I have to do this, otherwise he's gonna run away, or someone else is gonna take him, or maybe we're not connecting if we're not together and doing the same thing. But really, it's like it's more of a blessing. It's more of a something that actually enhances the relationship because you can come back and actually share something different with your partner, and maybe next time they'll be intrigued and want to come and join you or see a different perspective on your hobby or like.
Yeah. Yeah. I think it's great to have some mutual, shared interest. Um, but it's not, necessary that you have to be
No,
you don't have to be the same.
no,
you know, oh, and I think one of the other things I was thinking about with this show is what it's like dating and relating as a sex educator,
oh,
healer. When you work in the field of sexuality, it's entirely different.
yeah,
And I have definitely, there were times when I let go of myself. I didn't want, my partner to get jealous or whatever it
yeah,
is. Um, yeah, or hide or I remember times being in relationships feeling so restricted. I couldn't say this, I couldn't do that. I could, everything had to be in these little compartmentalized boxes to protect them so they didn't get upset or scared. And then there was no room for me.
yeah. But I mean, when it comes to that, Candace, do you feel that you have to be in relationship with someone that is an educator themselves to
You
make
know,
it easier?
no, I've had some amazing relationships with people that don't work in the field, but they're, they're in community in essence, or they at least,
Okay, yeah,
yeah, they're at least on some level, like
yeah,
they approve and support
yeah. Mm-hmm.
my choices. Like
Yeah,
they think what I'm doing is amazing. Like I
yeah,
want, like, yeah, I think if my partner can't hold me up on a pedestal next to them, and doesn't see me and my choices that way, yeah, that'd be very uncomfortable. And I've done it.
yeah. But you can't hide, though. I mean, I
Yeah.
would never want to hide my truth and my light and my essence of seeing sex as something that is life changing, and that's something that if I wasn't doing this, that I it would kill me inside.
Mhm.
That it's everything that I breathe and everything that I do. It's integrated into all aspects of life. It's connected to life and creation itself.
Mhm.
So to have someone like to have to tiptoe around the idea of not being able to be 100% of who you are, no matter what you do, is like that's not a good relationship.
Mhm. Yeah. Yeah. I did it and I won't do it again.
Yeah.
Um, it's, I think, like you asked about, do you have to be with someone who
Mhm.
also works in the field? I don't think they do
Yeah.
work in the field, but I definitely, some of my best relationships and lovers
Mhm.
have been with people who either work in the field or they've at least been to some events or retreats
Oh,
or
that's good.
trainings.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like they're not, uh, yeah, they have some background knowledge. Being a teacher and being a lover can, I could do that in a session for a client, but you know what I mean? To show up like that on a regular basis and give.
No.
No, no.
Yeah. No.
And that's not to say, it's the thing, like this person that I'm relating to right now with the DS stuff, they're not as fluent in all of this. But there's a willingness and
Yeah.
a respect and
Mhm.
like a humility, and like that's what I like. Like, that's what I like
Yeah.
about submissives,
Mm.
a genuine submissive wants to learn.
Mhm.
Um, That's very important. Like, if you don't know anything about all this, at least have the desire or willingness to want to learn. It's okay to not know.
Awesome.
I didn't
Yeah,
know shit either. That's why I had to do all this to learn. Yeah, learn.
I
There's
know.
there's so much information out there and material and books and worksheets and um I think I was on the show yesterday, the Courageous Love Show with Paul Sterling, and we were talking about that. And we're in the age of information. We have so much information, but you have to apply it. You have to do it. Knowing it and thinking about it and just giving it, parroting it, speaking it out. No, I have to do it. Put it into practice. And yeah, you're gonna mess up a little bit. That's okay.
Yeah. I mean, and it's good to know though, like a question to ask, when you are thinking about exploring and as opposed to being stagnant, like, do you really want to be the person you were 10 years ago? Whether it's sexual or not. But do you really want to be that, teenager or 20-year-old again? And maybe in some ways you do, in that innocent, playful way. But do you really want to get drunk? Do you really want to go out and party all the time? Do you really want to do stupid things? Or do you really want to, look into the subtleties and develop yourself as a person and evolve from that person into something deeper, into something even better than you were 10 years ago in any capacity of life?
No, that's another need for me that you and I can relate to. And
Yeah.
And Paul Sterling has this needs list, and that's so the need for growth.
Yeah.
And not everybody has that. Some people, like, they're just cool, chilling. They don't want to go
Yeah.
anywhere. They don't want to do anything. Cool. I can maybe relate to you and have fun with you a little bit, but I have a growth mindset. I want to grow and expand, and I believe relationships help us do that. Like, I feel like we can add to one another's lives, or we can take,
Yeah.
I like growing, learning.
Beautiful. Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. But like living is all about exploring and growing. And if you're stagnant, you die. It's like, if you have a plant and you don't water it, eventually it will die. You need to pour water in it to grow. And it can be fun. It's not all, adulting or maturing or whatever you want to call it. It's not all about paying bills and being, like this responsible person. It's part of it. But it's also about, exploring, into different things and manifesting and enjoying and playing and keeping that innocent, playful vibe of you, to always kind of not know and go into the unknown and dive into the unknown. And, even though it's difficult, that it can be this beautiful place where you can come out on the end and have everything that you've ever wanted. It may not be the perfect scenario of getting there, but when you jump in with, you're there for the ride and you got to trust the process of it. But in the end, everything works out.
Yeah. I there's so many ways to relate, but I feel like uh, there's a level of intimacy and vulnerability that many people miss out on. And I get it. It
Yeah.
can be really scary, and it brings up, like what you said, responsibility, emotional responsibility.
Yeah.
Um, but the sweetness, like, I was saying to this in this whole thing with this person I'm dealing with, there's been a lot of pain and there's been a lot of sadness. But the reason why there's been that pain and that sadness is because there's like equal amount of love. There is that much more to lose. Like, and that's something like I'm grateful for. Like, I want to feel the kind of love and passion that moves my body to tears, that makes
Yeah.
me want to, like, "Ah!" Like I want to feel. Um, I don't want to just have baseline.
Yeah.
I can't. I can't. Like, I know now that I know there's more. I I just can't. I can't, like, I can't settle.
No, you don't want to go backwards. No.
Mm-mm, mm-mm, no. And I definitely, and I'm probably not the only one that does this. Like you said, that teenage thing. There's a part of me that likes to judge myself and say, oh, you're being prudish, or why aren't you fun and playful and open like you used to be, or whatever. And it is different when you really recognize what you want and you're not going to settle.
Oh,
I feel
yeah.
like it opens up a whole nother level of communication in the dating and relating scene that can be really challenging. Like telling somebody you're not into them, or you don't like them as much as they like you, or
Yeah.
stuff like that. Um, yeah.
And not through a text either.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Or, there's audio messaging. I
Oh,
love
God.
audio messaging.
Yeah.
Um, yeah.
I know.
Meow.
Yay.
Oh, my rabbit feels like it got all fluffed up because I got all
With the
excited.
little, you can't really see the unicorn. It's not in the middle.
There we go. I
Yes, it's
fixed it.
centered.
Okay. I got too excited and I was flailing my head around. So any other looky lures?
No.
Okay. Anything
No.
else from you that you feel like you really want to put out there around this topic, or you feel people should know?
Not at the moment.
Ah, what time is it?
It's about 2 o'clock. It's
Oh
two
my
o'clock
God.
now.
Well, then
Yeah.
you're perfect. You don't have to say anything else. Good. All right, guys. So I hope that all you got just as much out of this as I feel like I did. And if you have any questions or comments, chime in, or you can reach out to me or Karezza personally, privately on Facebook or through our
Yeah.
website. All of our information is right there. And yeah, we'll be back next Friday at 1 p.m. And yeah, any other closing statements from you, Ms. Karezza?
Yeah, I just want to wish everybody a wonderful weekend. And yeah, if anybody knows of any alternative dating like apps or conscious minded meetups, in the New England or the tri-state area here on the East Coast, do let me know and send me an email or DM me on social media, because I'm always looking. And it's good to have to pass on to others as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and you can even comment and put them in here,
Yeah.
so
Yep.
other people can see as
Comment.
well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yay. So,
Awesome. All right, guys. Have a wonderful weekend. We'll see you next
thank
Friday.
you. Bye.